Hi, welcome to Crafted Sweetly. I'm Diana. Thanks so much for being here. In this video, I'd like to show you when you do a book like this, sometimes the book opens up or your pages may buckle. So meaning as you do this, you know, some of it may end up doing this, which is what you see right here. So to help with that, what I usually do with my folds, it depends on the pattern. If it's a little bulkier, you may have that issue. If you don't, this is totally not necessary. But if you want to kind of stabilize the pages and not make sure that the pages don't nest into each other, make sure these are all separated here. What I usually do is I like to add cardstock at the bottom of the book. So I'll turn my book upside down, again making sure that all these pages are separated before you do anything, because once you glue it, then that's pretty much it. So as you can see, this is nestled kind of into each other, so I want to make sure that they're separated. And you can tell with the gaps, the way the gap is, if the pages have settled into each other. So once I have this the right you know, all this cleared up, then what I do is I will take a piece of cardstock, and you can use any color because really it won't be visible. So again, my book is upside down at this point, so just want to make sure that I have a piece of cardstock that is fairly sturdy, doesn't have to be super thick. So I put it on top. And it is the right size. Now what I'll do is I will put the book on top, and I will hold the book exactly at the aperture I want it. So if you want it this far open, then that's how you should have it. If you want it a little more closed, then make sure that that's where the book is, you know, in the position. So at this point I will just use a pencil and draw around the outer part of the book. Now I have not wrapped the book yet, so that's definitely something I will do. And I do have a video for that if you're interested in how I wrap my books more often than not. So I drew now, you can see the outline right there. Now this is on the outside of my cover, so I want to cut inside the line, because if I cut on the outside then it would be visible. So I'm just going to cut this on the inside, and this is all the way to the edge of the pages. I don't want this cardstock to be visible. So I'm just going to trim inside. If it's not perfectly straight, it's fine. Again, this will not be visible. And if you need to trim afterwards a little bit, you can trim a little more off if needed. So I've taken about 1/4 of an inch on all the sides, and then this is what I'm left with. Now I'll put this book right on top here. Again, oops, I keep flipping the book all the way across the table here. All right, and again, just making sure my pages are straight. And if I put this on top, as you can see, it's right where I want it to be. Now this is a little crooked, so I'm just gonna trim just a little bit off. Okay, and this is the opening that I want for it, right there. And it fits perfectly on the book. Now what I'll do is I will add art glitter glue to this. And with this you want to be fairly generous, because you want to reach the pages and make sure that it sticks to the pages. And what I'll even do is kind of take my cap off and do this. So that looks like a lot of art glitter glue, but I will take a stick and spread it out. Make sure this is all spread out on the cardstock. Now I'm gonna take this and make sure this is kind of open almost where you need it to be, and place this down. Once you have it at the opening, then you will need to hold this for a little bit just to make sure. Now, this isn't perfect here. Again, I'm not so concerned about it because this is on the bottom. You're not going to be able to see this. And you can put some weight on top of it. You can actually tie this with a ribbon if you need to kind of hold it in place until the glue dries. I probably should have done that beforehand. There we go. So right now, this ribbon will not stay here, but it's just a temporary tie so that this doesn't open any more than I have it. There we go. Okay, so I have this now here, and I'm just gonna let this sit until it dries. It doesn't take very long, but because of the pressure on it, I'd probably leave it for half an hour or something just to make sure that the art glitter glue dries completely before you take the ribbon off. And now this way you're guaranteeing that the all right, that one was a little off. So again, remember to make sure that these are all separated. So now this is in a good position, and I'll just let it dry like this. And there's the book, and then that will hold it in place. So that's what I do to keep the book at a certain opening if you're not tying with a ribbon. And it also helps with transport, just to make sure that this doesn't shift. You know, if the ribbon falls off, somebody may not know how to tie it back in the right position. This is best to add it at the bottom if you can. If you have any questions, comment below. This was a short, quick video. I just wanted to show you what I do to the bottom of the book to make sure that this stays in the position that I want it for the design up here in the front. All right. If you have any questions, comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next project.